You're watching NFL Daily Brief, top football headlines made simple. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Here are the brief highlights of today's top stories. It's a violent play, why the rest of the NFL isn't using the tush push. Eagles LT, tush push chatter makes blood boil. NFL, Brady didn't violate rules in Raiders booth. Source, Vikings RB Jones, hamstring, hits IR. McVay tore plantar fascia on sideline during win. Steelers likely to adjust after kickoff return gaffe. Bills QB Allen likely to wear visor to protect nose. Savage, amid playing time decrease, cut by Jags. Bengals add QBs Clifford, White to practice squad. Fantasy football free agent pickups. Where does Jake Browning rank among backup NFL quarterbacks? Here's our top 12 list. Which NFL teams are rising and falling after 2 weeks? Here's our fresh 1 to 32 power rankings poll. How farming and family forged Eagles center Cam Jurgens. Burrow out with turf toe. What is it, and what will 3 months away mean for the QB, Bengals? The Ravens may be 1-1, but Lamar is already playing at an MVP level. Cowboys think Tyler Smith can be one of the greats, and paid him like it. Rankings for Week 3. NFL playoff picture projections. Updated chances to make the postseason, win divisions. Projecting the 2026 draft order. Titans at number 1, Dolphins now in the top 5? Barnwell picks apart 3 wild Week 2 endings, from the Cowboys' big kick to the Jaguars' collapse. Now, let's dive deeper into the details. The Philadelphia Eagles have mastered the tush push play, converting it at a 96.6% rate in 4th and 1 situations since 2022.
This play involves the quarterback diving forward behind the offensive line while being pushed from behind by teammates.
Despite its success, other National Football League teams rarely utilize this tactic.
Falcons coach Raheem Morris, for example, questions the play's legality and prefers traditional running plays.
Morris is not alone, as only 9 teams have run the tush push 10 or more times since 2022.
4 teams, the New Orleans Saints, Washington Commanders, Carolina Panthers, and Miami Dolphins, have never attempted it.
While the league average success rate for a 4th and 1 non-tush play is 67%, the tush push boasts an 84.8% success rate.
Even with this high success rate, teams have various reasons for avoiding the play, including injury risk to the quarterback.
Personnel limitations also play a role, as not all teams possess the right combination of offensive line strength and quarterback build.
The Eagles, however, continue to utilize the play successfully, even drawing criticism from other coaches like Andy Reid.
Other teams have attempted to replicate the play, but the Eagles remain the most proficient.
The play's effectiveness depends on several factors, including a strong offensive line, a powerful quarterback, and precise technique.
Jordan Mailata, the Philadelphia Eagles left tackle, expressed frustration over the media focus on the tush push play in their Super Bowl rematch victory against the Kansas City Chiefs.
Mailata believes that attributing the win solely to this play disrespects the significant contributions of the Eagles' defense and special teams.
He emphasized the strong performance of the defense and special teams in securing the 20-17 victory.
Mailata feels it is unfair to diminish their efforts by focusing on one specific short yardage play.
He expressed anger and frustration over the narrative surrounding the tush push.
A key turning point in the game was a defensive play where rookie safety Andrew Mukuba intercepted a pass and returned it 41 yards.
This interception set up the Eagles for a touchdown, achieved through the controversial tush push play.
The Eagles used the tush push 6 times in the game, resulting in 4 first downs and a touchdown.
Accusations arose regarding potential early movement by the Eagles' offensive line during these plays.
A proposal to ban the tush push play failed by 2 votes during the offseason.
The Eagles have demonstrated a high success rate with this play in 4th and 1 situations.
The team has converted the play 96.6% of the time since 2022.
Tom Brady did not break any National Football League rules by being present in the Las Vegas Raiders coaching booth.
The National Football League clarified that while Brady is restricted from team facilities for practices and production meetings, he is permitted in the coaching booth.
Brady holds a minority ownership stake in the Raiders and also works as a broadcaster for Fox.
The league stated that there are no rules against an owner being in the coaching booth during a game.
Brady was observed wearing a headset in the booth during the Raiders game against the Los Angeles Chargers.
Raiders coach Pete Carroll confirmed that Brady does not participate in game planning with the team.
Carroll emphasized that Brady is respectful of his role and avoids undue influence.
Brady signed a lucrative broadcasting contract with Fox after retiring from his playing career.
However, his ownership stake in the Raiders has led to certain restrictions to avoid conflicts of interest.
The National Football League recently eased some restrictions, allowing Brady to participate in production meetings remotely.
He is still prohibited from in-person attendance at team facilities or hotels for these meetings.
Brady has consulted with the Raiders on roster decisions during the offseason, providing valuable input.
Aaron Jones has been placed on injured reserve due to a hamstring injury.
This means Jones will be out for at least 4 games, according to a source.
The injury occurred during the Vikings' Week 2 loss against the Atlanta Falcons.
Jones only managed 23 yards on 5 carries in that game.
Jordan Mason is expected to take over the majority of carries in Jones' absence.
The Vikings acquired Mason in a trade with the San Francisco 49ers earlier this year.
Minnesota is also expected to re-sign running back Cam Akers.
Akers has played for the Vikings in 2 previous seasons.
He was acquired through in-season trades in both 2023 and 2024.
The Vikings also have Xavier Scott available in their running back room.
Ty Chandler is currently on injured reserve with a knee injury.
The Vikings have also been dealing with an injury to quarterback J.J. McCarthy.
Los Angeles Rams head coach Sean McVay suffered a torn plantar fascia during their recent victory against the Tennessee Titans.
McVay revealed this injury during his Coach McVay show, although the exact moment it occurred remains unclear.
It appears he may have injured his foot while calling a timeout during the game.
Despite the injury, McVay confirmed that it is healing well and he is not expected to miss any coaching time.
The plantar fascia is a thick band of tissue that runs along the bottom of the foot.
It is not yet known whether McVay will require a walking boot during the healing process.
As a former wide receiver at Miami University, McVay has always been an active presence on the sidelines.
He is often seen running to speak with officials or celebrating with players in the end zone.
This injury did not seem to affect his coaching during the game against the Titans.
The Rams, currently with a 2-0 record, are set to play the defending Super Bowl champions, the Philadelphia Eagles, this coming Sunday.
It will be interesting to see how McVay manages his injury during the upcoming game.
Despite the injury, McVay remains optimistic and focused on the next game.
Steelers rookie Caleb Johnson likely will not return kickoffs in Week 3 following his mistake against the Seattle Seahawks.
Coach Mike Tomlin stated that Johnson mistakenly let the kickoff bounce into the end zone, believing the play would be dead.
However, new National Football League rules stipulate that such kicks must be returned or downed.
This resulted in a Seattle touchdown recovery by George Halani.
Tomlin expressed confidence in Johnson's talent and work ethic, giving him a chance to redeem himself.
Tomlin emphasized the importance of Johnson demonstrating improvement through his daily work.
While Kenneth Gainwell is the other return man, Tomlin is considering other replacements, including Trey Sermon and Roman Wilson.
Johnson acknowledged his mistake and expressed his commitment to improving.
Tomlin expects to see Johnson learn from the incident and improve through hard work.
The Steelers are also dealing with several injuries on defense, including Alex Highsmith and Isaiah Loudermilk, who are ruled out for the Patriots game.
The availability of Derek Harmon, Deshaun Elliott, and Joey Porter Jr. is questionable.
Tomlin expressed optimism regarding Patrick Queen and Darius Slay, who sustained minor injuries against the Seahawks.
Josh Allen will likely wear a visor to protect his nose during the Bills' Thursday night football game against the Miami Dolphins. Allen suffered a bloody nose against the New York Jets but returned to the field quickly. He played until the game was decidedly in the Bills' favor and many starters were pulled. Although his nose was bruised, Allen confirmed he could breathe and that it is good. 2 days later, Allen practiced while wearing the visor. This will be his first time wearing a visor in a National Football League game, though he wore one at Wyoming. Allen said they will probably wear it in the game to get used to it. He mentioned the visor is a little bit warmer and creates an echoing effect. Allen has not been listed on the Bills' injury report this week. Head coach Sean McDermott joked that Allen's nose still looked good. Right tackle Spencer Brown joked that Allen looked like defensive end Joey Bosa. Allen has not missed significant time due to injury since his rookie year. The Jacksonville Jaguars released safety Darnell Savage on Tuesday after only 1 year of a 3-year contract.
Savage started 13 games in 2024, but his playing time decreased significantly this season.
The Jaguars signed Eric Murray and Andrew Wingard, which led to Savage being relegated to a backup role.
He was rotating with Antonio Johnson and Raywan Lane III.
Jacksonville will incur a dead money cap hit of $4.05 million due to Savage's fully guaranteed $2.25 million salary and a $4 million option bonus paid in March.
Savage only played 48 snaps in the first 2 games of the season, recording just 1 tackle.
In the 2024 season, he started 13 games and had 1 interception, 6 pass breakups, and 51 tackles.
Before joining Jacksonville, Savage spent 5 seasons with the Green Bay Packers.
Savage is the 8th notable player brought in by former general manager Trent Baalke to be cut or traded by the new regime.
This new regime consists of Tony Boselli, James Gladstone, and Liam Cohen.
Other players include Christian Kirk, Gabe Davis, Evan Engram, Luke Fortner, Jordan Jefferson, Tyler Lacey, and Tank Bigsby.
These moves demonstrate a significant shift in personnel strategy under the new leadership.
The Cincinnati Bengals have added 2 quarterbacks to their practice squad following Joe Burrow's turf toe injury.
Sean Clifford and Mike White were signed on Tuesday, bringing the total number of quarterbacks in the organization to 4.
Jake Browning will step in as the starting quarterback while Brett Rypien moves up from the practice squad to the active roster.
Joe Burrow has been placed on injured reserve and is expected to be out for at least 3 months due to the injury sustained against the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Bengals coach Zach Taylor expressed confidence in Jake Browning's ability to lead the team.
Browning has prior starting experience, leading the Bengals to a 4-3 record in 7 starts during the 2023 season when Burrow was injured.
In those games, he completed 70.4% of his passes for 1,963 yards, 12 touchdowns, and 7 interceptions.
The Bengals usually keep 2 quarterbacks on the active roster and 1 on the practice squad.
Offensive coordinator Dan Pitcher emphasized the importance of having 3 available quarterbacks.
Both Clifford and White have connections to the Bengals.
Clifford, a Cincinnati native, was drafted by the Green Bay Packers but was later released.
White previously played against the Bengals in 2021 while with the New York Jets, throwing for 405 yards and 3 touchdowns in a Jets victory.
Week 2 of the National Football League season saw higher fantasy football scores than Week 1, with multiple players exceeding 30 points.
However, injuries to key quarterbacks like Joe Burrow have significant implications for fantasy managers.
Other quarterbacks like Justin Fields, Jaden Daniels, and J.J. McCarthy are also dealing with injuries, impacting their availability.
Let us discuss some free agent pickups to consider, starting with quarterbacks.
Jake Browning is an option in deeper leagues due to Burrow's absence, but he faces tough matchups ahead.
Matthew Stafford is a solid quarterback widely available and worth considering in standard leagues.
Daniel Jones has performed well and has a favorable matchup against the Tennessee Titans.
Mac Jones is a viable option for a few weeks while filling in for Brock Purdy.
At running back, Bashal Tudor has earned a notable role alongside Travis Etienne Jr.
Tyler Allgeier is a valuable handcuff to Bijan Robinson and has shown consistent production.
At wide receiver, Romeo Doubs gains importance with Jaden Reed's injury.
Elic Iomanor is a rookie receiver showing potential alongside quarterback Cam Ward.
DeAndre Hopkins has scored touchdowns but needs more volume to be a reliable option.
Finally, at tight end, Jawan Johnson and Zach Ertz are both consistent performers worth considering.
Jake Browning is a capable backup quarterback for the Bengals, which is crucial in the NFL.
The importance of a good backup quarterback is often overlooked until a starter gets injured.
Several starting quarterbacks are out or questionable for Week 3, highlighting the need for reliable backups.
Kirk Cousins is ranked as one of the top backup quarterbacks due to his experience and past performance.
While Cousins had a disappointing 2024 season, he has shown potential in previous years.
Browning performed well in place of Burrow in 2023, demonstrating his capability as a backup.
Browning has the advantage of throwing to talented receivers like Jamar Chase and T. Higgins.
The Bengals' offensive line has performed better with Browning than Burrow, a curious statistic to observe.
Highly drafted rookies like Will Levis have potential but also carry a higher risk.
Marcus Mariota is another solid backup option with a decent track record.
Tanner McKee is an interesting case due to limited regular season play but positive preseason showings.
Jacoby Brissett played well for the Browns in 2022 while Deshaun Watson was suspended.
Week 2 of the 2025 National Football League season concluded with exciting Monday Night Football games.
Wins by the Buccaneers and Chargers impacted the power rankings as we head into Week 3.
The Bills secured a victory against the Jets, and Josh Allen demonstrated he does not always need to carry the team.
Jalen Hurts led the Eagles to a win over the Chiefs, showcasing his ability to make crucial plays.
Jordan Love is still searching for a consistent top receiver for the Packers.
Lamar Jackson is a strong contender for most valuable player after a stellar performance against the Browns.
Jared Goff displayed his elite potential in the Lions' win over the Bears.
Matthew Stafford is performing well for the Rams despite limited practice time due to a back injury.
Justin Herbert seems to have returned to form after a challenging previous season.
Patrick Mahomes is facing challenges with limited support from the Chiefs' running back position.
Jaden Daniels needs to improve his performance for the Commanders.
Baker Mayfield showed composure leading the Buccaneers to a last-minute victory against the Texans.
Cam Jurgens, the Philadelphia Eagles center, returned to his family farm in Pickrell, Nebraska, after a Super Bowl victory.
This small town, with a population of 186, is where 3 generations of Jurgens reside, surrounded by farmland.
Jurgens balanced post-Super Bowl celebrations with a hometown visit, including a field dedication at his alma mater.
He compared the resilience needed in football to that required in farming, noting his father Ted is no stranger to farm-related injuries.
Ted once tore multiple ligaments in his knee while working on the farm in freezing temperatures.
Similar to his father, Cam played through a herniated disc during the Eagles' Super Bowl run, requiring surgery after the season.
Beth Jurgens, Cam's mother and a former track champion, cares for the family, including a rescued kitten.
Jurgens was honored at Beatrice High School, where he recalled both triumphs and injuries on the football field.
He spoke about his journey to the NFL, including his time at Nebraska where he transitioned from tight end to center.
Jurgens faced criticism for his early snapping struggles but persevered with support from his family and roommates.
He eventually declared for the NFL draft despite advice to stay in college, leading to an apology from his former coach.
Jurgens' pre-draft experience included an interesting handshake competition with Titans coach Mike Vrabel.
Joe Burrow suffered a turf toe injury during the Bengals game against the Jacksonville Jaguars.
This injury will require surgery and sideline him for at least 3 months, impacting the Bengals' Super Bowl aspirations.
Jake Browning, who filled in for Burrow after the injury, completed 21 of 32 passes for 241 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 3 interceptions.
Browning is expected to be the Bengals' starting quarterback while Burrow recovers.
This is not Browning's first time stepping in for Burrow. He also replaced him in 2023 when Burrow suffered a season-ending wrist injury.
In 2023, Browning led the Bengals to a 4-3 record in the final 7 games.
Turf toe is an injury to the joint at the base of the big toe, often caused by hyperextension.
The severity of the injury ranges from mild sprains to complete ligament tears requiring surgical repair.
Recovery time varies depending on severity, from a few weeks for mild cases to several months for surgical repairs.
For quarterbacks, turf toe can impact their ability to throw, pivot, and protect themselves.
Browning is an aggressive thrower who likes to attack tight windows and push the ball downfield.
This playing style benefits Jamar Chase, who is expected to remain a high-volume target in fantasy football.
Lamar Jackson is playing at a remarkably high level just 2 weeks into the season, leading the NFL's highest-scoring team, the Baltimore Ravens.
He is already on track for a potential 3rd MVP award, having totaled 7 touchdowns with no interceptions in the first 2 games.
This puts him in elite company, matching a feat achieved by only 4 other quarterbacks in the last 20 years, all of whom went on to win the MVP award that season.
Ravens coach John Harbaugh praised Jackson's ability to turn potentially bad plays into great ones, highlighting his exceptional talent.
With Jackson at the helm, the Ravens have become the 6th team since 1980 to score 40 or more points in their first 2 games.
Jackson's 7 touchdowns through 2 games surpass the total touchdowns of most NFL teams, except for the Buffalo Bills and Detroit Lions.
Jackson's performance is marked by an increased explosiveness in the passing game, leading the league with 4 touchdown passes over 20 yards.
He has connected with multiple receivers for touchdowns, showcasing the Ravens' diverse offensive weapons.
Coach Harbaugh attributed the success of the passing game to teams playing man coverage against the Ravens, allowing them to exploit opportunities downfield.
The Browns focused on stopping the run game, but Jackson made them pay with his accurate deep passes, throwing for 3 touchdowns on passes traveling 15 or more yards in the air.
Defenses are struggling to predict Jackson's throws as he distributes the ball effectively among his receivers.
Rookie receiver Devontae Walker has made an impressive start, scoring 3 touchdowns on just 3 career receptions.
Tyler Smith has signed a significant contract extension with the Dallas Cowboys.
This 4-year extension is worth $96 million, with $81.2 million guaranteed.
This makes him the highest-paid interior offensive lineman in the National Football League.
The Cowboys drafted Smith in the first round of the 2022 draft.
He was initially drafted to succeed Tyron Smith but had to play left tackle due to Tyron Smith's injury.
In 2023, playing guard full-time, Tyler Smith earned his first Pro Bowl selection.
He was also selected second-team All-Pro.
Tyler Smith is now the third Cowboys offensive lineman to earn 2 Pro Bowl bids in his first 3 years.
He joins Zach Martin, Travis Frederick, and Hall of Famer Larry Allen in this achievement.
Quarterback Dak Prescott praised Smith as a special player since his arrival.
Prescott highlighted Smith's approach, mentality, and love for the game.
Tyler Smith wants to mentor his current linemates, passing on the knowledge he gained from veterans like Tyron Smith, Zach Martin, and Jason Peters.
Fantasy football experts are discussing Javonte Williams and his potential as a top running back.
The debate includes whether he is a guaranteed starter in fantasy lineups each week.
ESPN provides weekly fantasy football rankings for points per reception and individual defensive player leagues.
These rankings combine the opinions of 8 experts for points per reception and 3 for individual defensive player.
The expert panel includes Matt Bowen, Mike Clay, Tristan H. Cockcroft, Daniel Dopp, Eric Carabell, Liz Loza, Eric Moody, and Field Yates.
Eric Carabell also creates rankings for Superflex leagues, which consider quarterbacks, running backs, wide receivers, and tight ends.
Rankings are released every Tuesday and updated as needed based on news and analysis.
You can find rankings for quarterbacks, running backs, wide receivers, tight ends, kickers, and defense and special teams.
Individual defensive player rankings cover the top 50 defensive linemen, linebackers, and defensive backs.
Carabell's Superflex rankings include the top 150 quarterbacks, running backs, wide receivers, and tight ends.
This information helps fantasy players make informed decisions about their lineups.
Be sure to check for updates throughout the week to stay ahead of the competition.
The National Football League season is only 2 weeks old, but it is never too early to look at the playoff picture.
We will use ESPN's Football Power Index to project the remainder of the season and the road to Super Bowl 60.
The Kansas City Chiefs lost to the Philadelphia Eagles in Week 2, impacting their projected standing.
The Chiefs are now projected to finish third in the American Football Conference West, behind the Los Angeles Chargers and Denver Broncos.
If this projection holds, it would be the first time since 2015 that the Chiefs have not won the division.
The Indianapolis Colts are 2-0 after defeating the Broncos, and they currently have the 4th best chance to make the playoffs in the conference.
The Cincinnati Bengals are also 2-0, but Joe Burrow's injury creates uncertainty for their playoff hopes.
In the National Football Conference, the Green Bay Packers now hold the top spot after defeating the Washington Commanders.
The Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Philadelphia Eagles round out the top 3 in the National Football Conference.
The San Francisco 49ers are projected to finish ahead of the Los Angeles Rams in the National Football Conference West.
The New York Giants remain at the bottom of the National Football Conference playoff race.
The wild card round of the playoffs is scheduled for January 10th through the 12th, 2026.
The 2026 National Football League draft is still months away, but it is never too early to look at projections.
ESPN's Football Power Index simulates the remainder of the season thousands of times to project the draft order.
These simulations consider team ratings and game locations to determine projected records.
After 2 weeks, the Tennessee Titans are projected to have the first pick.
The Football Power Index gives the Titans a 20.8% chance to earn the number 1 pick overall.
They also have a 64.3% chance of a top 5 pick and an 87.2% chance of a top 10 pick.
Other teams are also in contention for a high draft pick based on early season projections.
It will be interesting to see how these projections change throughout the season.
The Football Power Index provides valuable insights into the potential draft landscape.
This information is useful for fans and teams as they look ahead to the future.
Stay tuned for updates as the season progresses and the draft picture becomes clearer.
We will continue to monitor the Football Power Index projections and provide analysis throughout the year.
Former first-round pick Kaiir Elam struggled during his time with the Bills and has not been convincing in Dallas.
Another former first-rounder, Grant Delpit, has allowed a career passer rating over 107 in coverage.
The Cowboys acquired linebacker Jack Sanborn because of his experience with defensive coordinator Matt Eberflus in Chicago and his affordable contract.
Trevon Diggs exemplifies the Cowboys' defensive struggles, worsened by roster decisions.
Despite generating pressures, the Cowboys' sack rate has dropped significantly without Micah Parsons.
The absence of Parsons has impacted the Cowboys' cornerbacks' ability to anticipate plays.
The Cowboys managed to capitalize on the Giants' struggles in the red zone.
The Giants faced multiple issues in the red zone, including penalties and dropped passes.
Despite the frustration surrounding Parsons' departure, there are reasons for optimism in Dallas.
The Cowboys' run game has been effective, and their run defense has improved.
A missed field goal by Will Lutz cost the Broncos a potential 5-point lead.
Penalties hindered the Broncos' offense and prevented them from securing a touchdown.
That's a wrap on this week's NFL Blitz Talk. Thanks for tuning in. We'll catch you next time with more gridiron fire and fearless breakdowns.